Hello, and welcome to the second episode of Debunking the Vigilant Christian. The video we're going to take a look at now is the first in a series he calls Biblical Manhood 101. Now, there is an intro to this series, but I decided to skip it, well, quite frankly, because it's nothing more than a 12-minute cry fest. It appears that our ever-so-vigilant Christian's now ex has dumped him for someone with an actual personality, and character, and free will. So, naturally, our devout friend is still a little butthurt about all this, so much he decided to delight us with more of his delightful shenanigans.
Hey everyone, you're here with the Vigilant Christian Mario, and you're here for another edition of Vigilant Manhood 101.
Another edition? Isn't this the first actual video of the series? Usually, intros don't really count.
In today's video, we're going to be answering the very important question, what is true love?
Baby, don't hurt me no more. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
As a human being, there's probably been many times in your life where you've asked yourself this question. If we look at the world, we see all sorts of different types of love expressed, but we often ask ourselves, what is true and authentic love?
Actually, no, not really. I mean, I, for my part, am happy to be single, thank you very much.
That is why I'm creating this video here today, to analyze the difference between false love and true love.
Don't you mean analyze?
And the reason that it fits into this series is this one is specifically to help the young brothers in the faith to become the men of God we're called to be.
And that's not saying much for them.
And we are not going to be even close to what God has called us to be if we are without love. Love is the absolute foundation of everything that a man of God is built upon.
I thought it was ignorance and deception. Guess I was wrong.
And so this is why it's the second part in this series, so it's really the first stepping stone, brothers.
Okay, wait. You just said that this is the second part of the series. So, how can it be the first stepping stone? Unless you mean to say that the intro was dryland, and that the second video is the first stepping stone, and... You know what? Why even bother? You won't be trying, why should I?
We need to understand love. We need to pray that God would fill us with it, and you know, that we would be this love to ourselves, our God, our women, our communities, and our world. Okay?
And by pray, we mean sit on our butts and do absolutely nothing.
So let's get right into it. The first one I want to analyze here is, like I said, the conditional love that's expressed most commonly in the world. This is something that you're going to see in 99, probably 95% of relationships. It's actually 100% not in any other relationship than Christ-centered godly relationship.
Stop right there. Make up your damn mind, will you? It's either 99, 95, or 100%. You do realize that there's a difference between 95 and 100%, don't you?
It's actually incapable. People without the power of God are incapable of loving in this way.
Really?
They only love in the false way. Hollywood does a great job at promoting this false type of love. They try and promote it through romance, like it's all about emotionalism, and what it truly is it has nothing to do with love. All it is about infatuation.
Because accepting Jesus isn't about emotion at all.
It revolves more around the elated high you get when you lust after someone. This is the love that is perpetuated through the media to convince us that this is true love, and it's not.
Look at it. Look how evil the human body is. How dare you find enjoyment as a Christian in something that God apparently created? Shame on you.
It couldn't be further from the truth, okay? This is a love you often see in movies, you know, oh, if you don't love me, well, then I'm not going to be with you. So there's all sorts of different conditions. You know, it's not lasting. It does not endure. It is not patient. It is not kind. It is a false love.
Well, yeah. I mean, if it's a Katherine Hagel movie, of course you're not going to get anything substantial from it, other than wasting your time for 2.5 hours.
All right. So let's talk about that conditional love. Like I said, it's conditional. So what it means is that you've placed conditions upon your love. So this can be expressed in various different ways.
Remember this well.
For example, if I tell my partner, I will only love you as long as you love me back, that is actually a condition. Okay, so what you've actually done is made your love unconditional. If the love doesn't come back to you, you're going to eliminate it. So that's a condition. That is not true love. True love is unconditional. It will continue to be expressed whether or not it is being given back. Okay, and that's very crucial. That's an element to understand. So you need to analyze, brothers and sisters, have you placed conditional love on the person that you love, on your children, on your lover, on yourself? Okay, we are called to live with agape love, unconditional love.
Notice how, during this entire video, he never once explains what the word actually means in biblical context. We're never going to get a verse from him in this entire video. Ever.
And when we place these conditions on people, we just suffocate the ability to nurture a deep and profound relationship. So, that being said, that is the unconditional false love that's perpetuated and manipulated and brainwashed into society by the media. And now I would like to focus in on the contrast. What is the opposite to that, and what is in fact true love? And true love is found in Scripture. Okay, it is referred to as agape love. This type of love is true, authentic love. It is the only one that deserves the title of love. Anything else that even what I described previously, I don't even like associating the word love to it. Because it's not. When you learn to love in this way, you see the shallowness of the other type of love that you've been expressing in your life. So, brothers and sisters, this is so important for us to understand. We need to love absolutely unconditionally. We can't love our women just because they, or we don't express love to them because they don't hit our standards.
I just let this slide for a while in order to talk about the subject a little more in depth. See, the thing is, all of what he says is likely lip service, as it mostly is. And I'm willing to bet he's not actually going to put this to the test. In fact, I bet dollars to donuts that whoever is his new playmate now isn't some fat, ugly toad or something. But maybe I'm wrong. So, Mario, put your money where your mouth is and marry someone but ugly but immensely intelligent. But then again, not too intelligent, right?
That's not at all what we're called to do. God will give you a woman, my brother and sister, who will never be able to reach your standards. She will never be able to reach those conditions, but the point of that is, if God sent you a woman that would meet all of your standards and all of your conditions, how would you ever be able to love unconditionally?
Yeah, fuck common interests and gender equality. Let's bring back the Dark Ages and have our women walk 10 steps behind us. 'Cause that's what it's all about.
What he has done, my brother, is given you an opportunity to be taught and shown true love and how to love how Christ loved. Okay, so it is unconditional, and it doesn't have any restrictions. Okay, now another verse that's described in the Bible, we actually see how this agape love is described. It says it is a love without borders. It is patient. It is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Does not delight in evil. Rejoices with truth. Always protects. Trusts. Hopes. Preserves. And it never fails.
Regardless of the fact that the last few parts weren't even on your list, love clearly failed for you, didn't it? Otherwise, why would you be crying on the internet about it and making this series?
So my brothers, when you're expressing your love to your partner, okay, you need to make sure there is no borders.
You hear that? No borders whatsoever. Alright then, bring out the gag ball.
That you express patience at the growth and the time that's necessary for her to get to a certain place. You need to be kind in this process. You need to learn to not be proud, not be rude, not be boastful, not be envious, and most importantly, not to seek yourself. What we are called to do, brothers and sisters, is be just like Christ was to the church, to his bride. And his expression to his bride is entirely selfless. Up until death, he gave his life for his bride.
Bullshit. A religion too, and with Jesus, is entirely conditional. Jesus clearly lays out what you can't do and what you must do in order for him to. This is perhaps one of the biggest fallacies in this entire video, and it speaks volumes as to how vigilant Mario is concerning the words and sentences in his own damn scripture. To semi-quote him, he is one of the 99% of believers who have never actually read the Bible in its entirety.
And this is the type of love that we are called to express. We are to lay down ourselves, our desires, everything that we want, and it's all about her and her needs and serving her just as Christ has done to the church. It keeps no record of wrongs, and this is very important. I know a lot of relationships are dealing with this. You hold on to a lot of things that have hurt you in the past, and you'll bring them up in conversations. True love does not do that. It keeps no record of wrongs. So, brother, if you're holding on to anything that, a hurt or something, don't keep record of that. Eliminate that.
Then why would you make this video pissing and moaning that things didn't go all that well for you, put it online, where hundreds, if not thousands of people can see it, and will potentially download it and potentially keep it as record? You really didn't think this through, did you?
So, brothers and sisters, it's so important that we really truly learn how to love now more than ever. I failed big time in this area.
Could it be the mighty vigilant Christian Mario actually accepts being wrong for a change? Maybe this video is going to get good after all. Maybe you can give me a new outlook on life and existence. Maybe.
So don't be a victim, my brother, to what I just experienced. Be filled with this love. And even pushing further, this is the love that we're supposed to love our enemies with.
Ah, fuck. You had to ruin it again, didn't you? You really had to blow it all up. You see, it's just lip service again, where you're only allowed to love your enemies as long as they don't fight back. As a quote-unquote enemy of Christianity, and by extension the vigilant Christian, you're only allowed to be loved as long as you do not ask him any honest questions or point out any or all fallacies in his videos. Because then, all bets are off, and you're satanic, evil, downright rotten, and you might as well rape babies in the streets and drink their blood. This concludes my commentary on What is True Love of the series Biblical Manhood 101. Join me in the next video of his.